in terms of quarterbacks. A start, bench, cut edition of these top three, I guess we'll say.
Anyone from Michigan is immediately cut. Thank you.
Fortunately for you, he's not even on the list.
Okay, good.
So I don't even know what is below cut.
For the viewers who don't know, I'm from Ohio, and so as everybody knows, Ohio State-Michigan rivalry is in our blood.
So it was tough seeing them win the Natties. What you're saying?
Of course it was.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're always right there, you know?
And it just never happens.
It never happens.
No, it doesn't. I make fun of all my Ohio State fans, so I'm sorry if I'm a jab at you. I'm learning my jabs from him off the air, so just over here working on it. Do a start bench cut real quick. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. I'm going to start Caleb Williams. I think he's without question one of the most talented quarterbacks that we've seen in quite some time. This is always a weird time, like the couple weeks leading up before the draft. There's always smoke screens. There's always people trying to speculate all these different things, and we're seeing that right now with Caleb Williams. People trying to say maybe he's not as good as people think. Nonsense. He's going to be just fine.
What's his 40? What's his 40?
I don't have his 40 off top, but...
Is it faster than Cat Williams?
You saw the Cat Williams 40?
Of course I did. That's why I'm doing my benchmark to see if this guy's good or not.
Are you faster than Cat Williams?
Oh yeah. 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 What's that Tommy? What's that Tommy? What's that Tommy? What's that Tommy? Let's see Tom. Let's see Tom. Let's see Tom. No!
I love this college football commentary from you. This is actually more interesting than anything that we're going to say. It's so good.
Do you have it? Do you have the numbers? He doesn't?
I forget, because I think Cat Williams ran an unofficial 4.46 or something.
No. He just did it. It was like a 4.8. Like 4.8. It's some busted Gucci's.
I think Caleb Williams didn't run some busted Gucci's, even though he probably does have some Gucci's. I would assume, I'm pretty sure it was faster than that.
Okay.
But his skill set, he's got a cannon, bro, of an arm. He can throw on the run. He can do his improvisation skills.
How's he do in the pocket? When the pocket starts closing on him, what's he do?
He's got great footwork, so he can just scramble out. And again, you will see him make off-balance throws that you're like traditionally not supposed to do as a quarterback.
I like what I'm hearing.
And again, we're all looking for the next Patrick Mahomes, who's kind of famously made this improvisation skills, which if you want to say
who's not the most athletic
absolutely not
quarterback at all.
Patrick Mahomes could crush a pack of 12 packs faster than all three of us combined. Without question. Like the man is a legend at the bar, you know? But Caleb Williams, I think will be a stud, and I think there's a good team that is built around Chicago. I think he's going to be perfectly fine. I start him. 4.72 for Caleb Williams. So, yes, he's probably got 100 pounds on Cat.
Have you seen Cat throw anything?
Yeah.
I asked about the 40. I didn't ask about the 40.
He was definitely messing it.
Fortunately, I don't think the 40 matters as much in that position. You know?
I'm going to cut Cat Williams as quarterback. I'll start Caleb Williams. Where it get interesting is who to bench, because I think this is where the draft will get interesting is number 2. Who will be the second quarterback to go? Will it be Drake May, who has kind of always been the consistent number 2 pick leading into the season, but then Jaden Daniels just had a tremendous, phenomenal season on the way to winning the Heisman. His speed, you talk about a guy, he could definitely run faster than Cat Williams. It's Jaden Daniels, who is...
Get him there, coach. Get the guy top out.
He's going to absolutely outrun Cat Williams and Caleb Williams in the situation. It's just a matter of style. Who do you want? Do you want your traditional quarterback who's big, tall, sits in the pocket? That's what Drake May can provide, can make the throws. Or do you want Jaden Daniels who's very mobile, who has a very accurate deep ball? And the questions probably with him are going to be in the intermediate space in terms of whether he can make those accurate throws on the intermediate side. Nevertheless, I probably would lean towards Jaden in terms of benching here just because of his athleticism. And I would cut Drake May. That's not a knock on Drake May. I think he could still be a really good prospect. But in this situation, I think it's probably going to play out. Number 1, Caleb Williams. Number 2, Jaden Daniels. Number 3, Drake May. And again, J.J. McCarthy, I think more than likely could go number 4 in this draft. Also a very interesting draft for wide receivers. There's some great, incredibly talented wide receivers that we will see and probably come off the board right after these quarterbacks come off the board. The name, of course, I feel like we're all familiar with, Marvin Harrison Jr., the son of Marvin Harrison. You were a bit disappointed. He didn't play in the bowl game for you guys there.
I was there at the bowl game, expecting a show.
And he was, in street clothes just like you were, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know, it was actually kind of sad, but maybe deserved it. This is just a little bit when they would put him on Jerry's World Jumbotron, the boos would take the house down.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he wasn't playing. I think it was for that. And I think us as Ohio State fans just wanted to see the best football that we could see. Lost that game, lost it pretty convincingly. And we didn't have our star guy out there. So, we were on like our 4th string quarterback at that point too.
Why didn't he play?
Because they lost to Michigan. And then
the season was technically over. He didn't really have much to gain by playing that because he is declaring for the draft.
So it was a choice of him not to play.
It was his choice not to play, but he was on the sideline. He was in
the support. And I think, again, credit to him.
Fair.
He was there
I mean, I see both sides.
And
but
he
from
didn't
a
announce it beforehand because he didn't want to make it a distraction and quietly announce the fact that he was
from
not
a
play
fan's perspective, though, they were not happy.
I mean, he didn't play in his last bowl game there as well, and also he didn't do anything leading up to this draft. Didn't participate at the combine. Didn't see much from pro day.
He ain't getting picked.
No, he will get picked. This really, there are a bunch of GMs who have pretty much told him, I don't need to see much else. I've seen enough. The take speaks for itself. There's a chance he could be a very generational talent, wide receiver. But the simple fact that he has not done anything leading up to this draft process has now opened up the door that maybe he may not be the first wide receiver taken off the board because Malik Neighbors, who was catching deep balls from Jaden Daniels, has had an outstanding combine, an outstanding draft workout, and now he's picking up a lot of momentum where possibly he could be taken before Marvin Harrison Jr. as the first wide receiver off the board, which would be a pretty big stunner, but now it's one of those things that Twitter's like, as expected, et cetera, because of how this process has worked. Either way, these two guys will be absolutely outstanding wide receivers in the NFL and will have immediate impacts for whatever teams they go to. Also, Roma Duze as well. UW had outstanding, super talented wide receivers en route to them going to the national championship, unfortunately losing to Michigan. But Rome also has a good shot of going in the top 10 as well. I feel like you're going to be biased. Do we start?
Have to. Yeah,
we have to. A little biased,
it's okay. I'll forgive him. I get it from both sides because injuries, especially in football, can be the beginning to the end of your career. Like it's not as much of a forgiving space as it might be in other sports. I get it. Fair. We can start him.
We'll start Marvin Harrison Jr. And I would still take Marvin Harrison Jr. first.
He gave us a good run during season. So
he was fantastic. I mean, he carried Ohio State in some situations where he was getting like literally 15 catches.
Wow.
Bench. I'll probably go Malik Neighbors bench. Again, I think he's going to be an outstanding wide receiver as well. Rome Odunze, big fan of him as well. Unfortunately, my friend, you're getting cut. But it is a deep class for wide receivers and a deep class for offensive linemen as well. Should be a very, very fun NFL draft that I'm very much looking forward to.